Arizona, homeowner's best friend.
Oh my gosh, stacking functions is absolutely my favorite. As an undergraduate student at Arizona State University, this was in 2001. Now remember, I did my permaculture design course in 1991, where I learned about stacking functions. So fast forward a decade and I'm in my transportation planning class at Arizona State University. And this professor starts talking about trip stacking. And it's like, oh, what's that? Trip stacking in transportation planning is where we go to, you leave your home, you go to the market, you go to the vet, you go to the drugstore, you go to the farmer's market, then you come home, rather than doing each individual one and coming home. And so that's basically what stacking functions in permaculture is. We look at all the resources that we have and figure out how many times can we use it, or how many things does it do for us. And one of my favorite things to talk about stacking functions around is chickens. I am a huge believer that if you have a backyard space, you need to have chickens in it. Chickens are great fertilizers. So chickens give us chicken poop that makes great fertilizer. They dig. They're great tillers. They eat bugs. They eat weeds. When you hand raise them, they make great pets. And hens, and that's all I'm suggesting you get is hens. Hens produce eggs most every day. You guys have chickens, don't you, Romy?
We do, and a lot of municipalities won't allow you to have a rooster in the yard, but they will. I don't know any that completely restrict chickens. I think the last two were Glendale and Chandler, and those both recently flipped to allow you to have backyard chickens. Oh,
really?
But no roosters.
I knew Chandler because a buddy of mine rode the mayor of Chandler until they got that changed. I didn't realize Glendale had changed it.
Last time we had mentioned it, we did get a note from somebody that said that's been changed there too. I'll
nice, excellent. That. Well, they make great backyard pets, and they leave you a nice egg deposit almost every day.
And you said great pets if you hand raise them, but in addition to that is the entertainment value.
Oh my gosh, right? Yeah, absolutely. So stacking functions is we have a hen, and that hen does multiple things for us. So really what we're doing with stacking functions is we're looking at the different assets that we're using in our yards, the workers in our yards. See, in this case, from a permaculture perspective, that chicken is a worker in our yard, and seeing how many times we can have them work for us. So that's what stacking functions is. It's one of my favorite permaculture concepts.
I won't hijack it, but there's so many ways we use chickens as well. I'm a big proponent of having them.
Big time.
And even at the point where they're not layers, they still have function for us. Where
right?
They're big, old enough, and forage experienced enough. You don't need to feed them. They know where to go for water. They know where to go for food. And they just live in the orchard as our insect control.
Yeah, exactly. Makes a huge difference. So
there are many functions.
Right, exactly.
Rosie on the house, every Arizona home.